Debt collectors, there's a really specific law called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act from the late 70s when Congress decided that there was a lot of abuse going on and debt collectors were being rude to friends and family. That law says, now if you've ever been in debt, you know that you get a lot of calls, and oftentimes they'll call your friends and family too. They get the numbers from your friends and family, sometimes from your credit report, and sometimes from the references that you put in on credit applications. Like if you've applied for a loan recently, you might remember it asks for contact information for people who know you. Sometimes you put in your wife or your parents or coworkers or something like that. So they get those numbers, and creditors sell those numbers to debt collectors along with the account after you stop paying it. So debt collectors will call anyone they can find related to you in an effort to pressure you to pay the loan. Usually what debt collectors want is for you to cash in a retirement account or borrow the money from a friend or family member. So the best people to get to are really the friends and family members rather than the borrower themselves. So they like to call people like that. But Congress realized that they were getting lots of complaints about this, and it's difficult, it's stressful. Everyone works hard nowadays and no one wants all these extra calls. So what the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act says is that the only thing a debt collector can say to a friend or family member is, do you know where the borrower is? They can't say that the borrower has any debt, and they can't tell the borrower that the debt collector is a debt collector. In fact, they're only supposed to call each friend and family member once to ask about the same borrower. If they call more than once, potentially that's a violation of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, although it can be hard to prove that they called more than once because debt collectors are very clever about using different numbers, even though they're calling from different phone numbers for the outgoing calls, even though they're calling from the same location. So what a debt collector can't say to a friend or family member is, does this person have any debt? They're only allowed to ask for contact info for the borrower. They can ask where do they live and what's their phone number. If they say anything else, that's a violation of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act.